Because children play 90% of the time, they should be learning through play. So don't ever measure yourself up to other families and how other families homeschool, because how they homeschool might not work for your family. The choice of homeschooling gives us the reminder that our child's education should reflect and support our religious beliefs. Guys, welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Yazel. I am a wife and a mother of two. If you are returning, welcome back. It is so good to have you guys join us again for another video. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Today's video is another homeschool chit chat, homeschool schedule, tips, tricks, must-have, essentials, all of those things I'm going to be sharing with you. If you guys are new here, I have a 3-year-old, Isabella, and I also have a 1.5-year-old who is not quite yet homeschooling, but he is tagging along. I wanted to share with you guys today how I am able to homeschool her while also managing and taking care of my 1.5-year-old. To get started, I'm going to share with you guys the schedule that I follow. It is not followed to a T. There is room for extension for starting early, but this is the schedule that I like to follow, really just based off of what I know fits well with our children, what works best for our family, what we do, and how we incorporate a little bit of everything within that time. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a layout of what our homeschool schedule is. And our kids' wake up time and breakfast is at 7:45, so they have breakfast between 7:45 and 8:10, and in that time we also like to incorporate Bible stories, Bible readings. We like to play worship music. It's so beautiful because it starts our day off very peaceful. While they're finishing up their breakfast, I do go to their rooms and pick out their clothes if I did not do that the night before. So around 8:10 is when I start getting the kids ready. Whoever finishes breakfast first is the first person to get dressed and ready for the day. So homeschool is between 8:30 and 11:30. That window seems so long, but like I said, there is wiggle room that I do to keep Junior busy and occupied. A lot of the times he likes to sit at the table with his big sister while she's doing her homeschooling, and in order for me to keep him busy, he has to have things in front of him. He has to have things to do on his own, so he also feels like he's a part of the homeschooling journey as well. And I also like he is sitting at the table and he's learning beside her, because not only is he listening to everything that she's learning, he's also paying attention, because there's certain things that, you know, when she's doing it, he notices and he like laughs and smiles and they giggle. She enjoys taking a break from homeschool to like go help him play with his toys. It is so sweet, and I really enjoy having him at the table. So once we are done with homeschool around 11:45, we then clean up the playroom. Takes about 5 minutes. Once that is done, we head upstairs for lunch. Lunch happens anywhere between 11:45 and 12:30. If we follow this schedule, naps will be anywhere between 12:45 and 2:30. And once they wake up from their naps, we do head outside. We have our outside time. Now, if we were to do outside time before naps after homeschool, it would be around 11:45. We will immediately like clean up the playroom, and then we will put on our shoes. I will give them one quick snack that they can take like while we're outside on our walk, and then we'll be outside for about 11:45 to about 12:30. And then once we come back, we'll get cleaned up for lunch and get ready for naps. Lunch at that time will be anywhere between 12:30 and 1:15. And then once lunch is over, we put the kids down for a nap. So that's really what our schedule looks like. Like I said, our days vary and I go with the flow. I try not to be extra particular about what order everything comes in after homeschool time is over with, whether it's outside, then lunch, and then naps, or whether it's lunch, naps, and then outside. All of it really just varies on the temperament of the kids and how the kids are doing and how they're feeling. The only thing that changes, like I said, is just the order of the afternoon, but everything else is quite the same. I have touched on this in a previous video, so I'm not going to get too in detail with this, but we do not follow a specific curriculum. There is a specific website that I have been using in order to figure out how I'm going to do my week-to-week basis. Things that we do daily after our warm-up: reading, writing, math, and Spanish. So those are things that we do daily, and they look very different every single day, but I try to keep it fun. I try to keep it interesting, so she's also having a good time and enjoying this as well. This is just one of many that we use. This is just what we use today, so I have it out and ready, so I wanted to show you guys. But we do our reading, and then once she has mastered like the sentences, they have where you can create your own storybook. It's a coloring book that you will be able to create. So she enjoys that. She has a lot of fun, and we've been using this for 3 days now, and she has absolutely killed it. She already knows the sentences in here, and she enjoys this. Use this for math as well. She was able to trace her numbers, and then we counted them in English and in Spanish, 1 to 20, and she really enjoys that. And it also comes with these little activities. You can make a game out of this however you see fit. Now Isabella is 3, and I have mentioned before that we keep her on our pre-K 3, 4, and kindergarten curriculum, so we kind of just flow along those 3. But as far as like writing her ABCs and really just writing independently without having to trace something, I found some ABC cards online. I printed them off, I laminated it, and if you can see, it's a little bit dirty because we've been writing on them, but you can use them in multiple different ways. So you can do them where you can match the uppercase and lowercase. You can use it where they have to trace the B and then write the B independently, also trace the lowercase b. And then I did find these ABC clips at Walmart. They were on sale when school supplies were going, so I grabbed 2 of them, one for Junior, one for Bella. I would either make her clip it like this, or I'll just make her clip the uppercase with the clip, or it'll just be the lowercase in the clip. Really, it just really depends. Right now, science is something that I have been introducing once a week, and she likes it, and honestly I like it. I try not to overwhelm her daily. Like I said, we only have 3 hours of learning. Things that I do with our son to keep him occupied while homeschooling is going on. I like for his hands to get very, very, very busy. I like for him to be very busy. Coloring books. He enjoys coloring books. He enjoys coloring. He enjoys feeling like a big boy where he's independent. He doesn't need help. He doesn't need instructions. He just picks up the crayon and he just goes away with coloring. Because children play 90% of the time, they should be learning through play. So this is something that we got Isabella. Like I said, Isabella is 3, and we've had this for a very long time. This is something that we got Isabella when she was a baby. She has the ABCs, she has shapes ones, she has number ones. So now that we have Junior and we'll be having future children, we don't even have to buy them again because we already bought it the first time, and this is something that can be passed on from kid to kid to kid. He does a lot of like stacking, color sorting, fishing games, things like that, that keeps his hands occupied while also keeping his brain flowing and keeping him thinking with what's going on. It's all entertaining. It's really play, but I promise you it's all learning as well, and he enjoys them. Sometimes when I notice that Isabella is overwhelmed with like learning and doing her own stuff, I'll ask her if she wants to like play with Theo for a little bit, and she enjoys that as well. I want to make sure that I'm developing those leadership skills, that she's able to help him without doing it for him, and she's able to understand the difference between that. So he is very he's a very busybody, and like I said, he likes to be at the table with his sister, so I don't sit him off separately. While Isabella is doing some independent things, some tracing, some and things that she can really do on her own without guidance, I do love to read Junior books. His favorite book is The Day That God Made You. I read that book about 10 times a day. I kid you not. He really loves that book. But another book that he really loves is this. I got this for Isabella when she was in her previous daycare. This was actually a gift from them. And Junior has really been enjoying it. He loves to look at all of the colors. So this book has really been helpful for him as well. It also has helped him learn his colors. These are some books that we got Isabella when she was a baby. I think it came in a pack of 4. The other 2 are still in the playroom. I just grabbed 2 of them. But these are the first 100 words. So he really likes these books, and I like that these books are hard. They're adorable. Like I said, I got these from Isabella when she was a baby, and it's been passed down to Junior now that he's a little bit older. So if you have a child Junior's age, and you're also homeschooling older children, please get them involved by giving them like books that they can learn from while your other children are doing like their independent time. You can read with them, they can learn. Eventually they'll learn to sit down and like flip through the book and read the book on their own, which Junior does a very good job at now. I wanted to go over like some essential things that has been a must in our homeschool journey is obviously like crayons, markers, binders, laminating sheets, and sheet protectors. Boxes like these are really essential as well. That way when you do have like an activity like this, they have like its own box. You're able to see what's in it and you can just quickly grab it and go. Some must-haves I want to go over with you guys. Like I said, educational toys. I have always bought Isabella educational toys. She has has some fun toys as well, but a majority of them are educational toys. Here is one, for example, that is an educational toy. I think we got this for her second Christmas. They're just, you know, little beads with strings, and she's able to do these. We're able to do multiple different things with this particular toy. There's a lot of different educational toys that you can get for your children that are useful and with colors, fine motors. There are just a lot of different things that you can do with educational toys. If you are not a parent who really cares too much about educational toys, I urge you to really invest in them. They are a little bit more expensive because, like I said, a lot of them are made out of wood. They're adorable, and they really could be passed on from kid to kid to kid. There are some tips and advice that I want to share with you guys that other people have poured into me, that I have listened to other YouTubers online share about their homeschooling journey, who've been homeschooling for years and have multiple kids, different ages homeschooling. This is something that has really hit home for me, so I want to share them with you guys because they have helped me. Number one will be, don't measure yourself up to anyone else. Your homeschool journey is yours. Everyone's homeschool journey is going to be different. And I genuinely mean that. Your kids are different. You are different. How your family works is all different. You are the person who creates the rules for how your homeschooling goes. So don't ever measure yourself up to other families and how other families homeschool, because how they homeschool might not work for your family. Number two is, don't pressure yourself into having a schedule and sticking to the schedule exactly every single day to perfection, and when everything does not go exactly how it's supposed to go, it's World War III. No, I truly believe in giving yourself wiggle room. I truly believe in grace. I truly believe in going with the flow and adjusting as things need to be adjusted. That is the bonus and the beauty behind homeschooling, is that things aren't forced to have to follow a schedule. You're not on anyone else's timeline. Yes, there's a curriculum you follow, and yes, there's an outline of how things are supposed to go, but sometimes they don't, and that is okay. So give yourself wiggle room to make adjustments as your day goes, so you're able to enjoy the beauty of what is homeschooling. Number three is to make it fun and switch it up. And what I mean by that is a multitude of different things. If you have something planned for the day and you're noticing that your child has no interest in doing like the paperwork version, create a game, create it up on the fly, make them get up and like run around and make it fun for them. Give them a change of scenery. Go outside, go for a walk. Talk about what is nature. Talk about the colors in nature. Talk about what nature is and how God created all of these things, and just pour into them in a different way than what you would typically do. Like I said, that is the beauty behind homeschooling. That is the beauty of having the ability to homeschool, is that you're able to do what it is that you want to do. Give the kids a change of scenery. Give them something different, something fun, interactive. Make them feel like they're the ones in charge, because sometimes that is what's best, and sometimes that is what's needed for them in order for them to fall in love with homeschooling. And the last tip I have for you is to find yourself a community of people who understand what it is that you're going through, who understand what it is that you're doing, who has been a part of this journey, or honestly who is new to this journey as well alongside you, so you guys can walk along this journey together. It is so beautiful, and sharing what works for you and getting guidance from those who understand what it's like to be a homeschool family, who understands what it's like to do things out of the normal, who understands that sometimes things don't go as they're supposed to go, and sometimes the advice that you can get from people can be very helpful. I have found a really good group of people in my area. At my church, actually, where a lot of them are homeschool moms. We meet up on Saturday mornings and we're able to talk about things, and I'm able to get a lot of guidance and a lot of wisdom from the older moms who have been doing this for a long time, and also people online. You will be surprised how many people I have found online that I have been blessed from. There are so many moms on YouTube who share about homeschooling and talk about homeschooling and the beauty behind it, and how to do it, and how to organize it with multiple kids, and how to do it with a toddler, and how to do it with an infant. There are so many people out there on YouTube. So go online, find them. Don't try to mimic them. Don't try to do exactly what they're doing, but tailor it to you. Take some of their advices. Some advice might not work for you, but you won't know until you try. We're about to end really soon in this video, but there is a scripture I want to share with you guys. As I started doing research on homeschooling, I wanted to make sure that everything that I do serves the Lord, is honoring to the Lord. That's my goal, is just to make sure that everything I do honors Him. I don't want to do anything else. If I don't do anything else in this world, I want to make sure that I'm honoring the Lord. So I want to share this scripture with you. It's Colossians 3:23. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. This verse is a reminder of why we decided to homeschool. It wasn't just to say that we were homeschooling, but it was honestly to be able to raise the next generation of disciples. So, what I'm doing is beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. What I'm doing is honoring the Lord. What I'm doing is raising my children, making my home a safe space, making them know that I am a safe space for them. So, some may not see that homeschooling is a way for you to train your child up in the way that they should go. However, it is. Our children are able to see in real life what it means to pour into other people, what it means to serve the Lord, what it means to be a disciple for Christ. Like, our children can't get that in a school, they can get that at home. And yes, if they do go to school, you try your best. But for me, right now in this season of our life, it is best for our children to be home so they can be witnesses to that, so they can see me in prayer, so they can mimic that, so they can have the desire like to be like me. And it has also been so humbling for me because I have been able to see through my children and the way that they act and the way that they do and the way that they love to serve the Lord and the way that they love to cook and clean, the way that they love to serve others. They are mimicking me. And that is the beauty of what is homeschooling, is that your child is able to be a replication of you. And I want to be the best that I can be for them. I can only do that by making sure that what I do is honoring for the Lord, that everything that I do is for the Lord before it is for anybody else. The choice of homeschooling gives us the reminder that our child's education should reflect and support our religious beliefs. I pray that this video today was encouraging. You were able to get some ideas. Please leave a comment down below and let me know your favorite part. If you are a homeschooling mom, please let me know some ideas of how you integrate the Lord into your homeschooling journey. If you are a mom who has not yet entered the homeschooling journey, I pray that you're able to find my videos helpful and encouraging, and that you're able to find other people here on YouTube who can help you create a beautiful atmosphere for your family. And just know that every day won't be easy, but it is the beautiful of what is life and what is homeschooling. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I will see you guys in our next video. Bye.